I want to express my appreciation to the subcommittee for meeting this afternoon to hear testimony regarding my bill, H.R. 4402, the Guam Military Training and Readiness Act of 2014, which would authorize the Secretary of the Navy to establish a surface danger zone over the Guam National Wildlife Refuge, or any portion thereof, to support the operation of a live fire training range complex. I also appreciate the support of the Readiness Chairman, Rob Whitman, for joining me in requesting a hearing on this important matter. I have introduced this legislation because of a possible impediment to allowing an SDZ over the Guam National Wildlife Refuge. It is our understanding that having an SDZ over the refuge may or may not be compatible with the intent of having a refuge on Guam. So this hearing is necessary to receive the views of Fish and Wildlife and the Navy on this issue. However, the wildlife refuge on Guam poses other complications for our community, and I do hope that this bill begins a process where all stakeholders' concerns, including the concerns of the local community, are heard. I would also like to note the importance of training to the overall readiness of Marines in the Asia-Pacific region. This importance is highlighted by the Secretary of Defense, Chuck Hagel, in a letter to Congress, stressing that a live fire training range complex on Guam is critical to maintain the military training and readiness of Marine Corps personnel relocating to the island. As we move forward with our defense authorization bill, I feel it is important to hold the federal government accountable by having a provision to address this critical issue. This legislation may not even be necessary if parties come to a resolution on legal matters. Moreover, there are other alternatives in the recently released SEIS. Surely, every alternative posed has its problems, and our community has yet to weigh in regarding these alternatives, and I do look forward to their input in the process. It is necessary that Congress and the Navy consider this issue and hear from the people of Guam, given the importance of the live fire training range to the rebalance. What further complicates this issue is the history of the establishment of a national wildlife refuge on Guam. There are original landowners who have legitimate issue with how the refuge was originally established. Some would say that Fish and Wildlife stole the land from under them when the Navy was prepared to release the lands as excess. I hope that this whole exercise will provide us with time to explore alternatives for the wildlife refuge for the future. Are there other areas on Guam or in the region where a wildlife refuge could be located to meet the national goal of preserving and rejuvenating species? I think so. I fully support this effort and will work to address the landowners' concerns in the long term. And as such, I look forward to the dialogue at the hearing today and discussing how we can move this issue forward and ultimately have it resolved. I believe it is important to include some provision in this year's defense authorization bill so that we ensure a timely resolution to this matter. And Mr. Chairman, I do have a letter here from a constituent that I wish to be entered into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.